morning, students. I hope you all are fine and safe at home, and also you all are studying. So today we are going to start with our new lesson of Unit 3, that is 3.3 Sushruta, a peep into the past. It is a story or an information about a student and a teacher who guides him to become a good veterinarian, and in the second part you will see what is veterinary medicine and what is the history behind it. So students, I want you all to open your textbook, page number 64. While I read and explain, I want you also to read and understand properly. So open page number 64 and let us begin. Sushruta was indeed a bright student of veterinary medicine. His teacher Shalihotra once decided to test him. Veterinary medicine means it is a branch of a medicine in which animals are treated from their illnesses or disorders, or in the other word you can also say that doctor of animals are known as veterinarian. So in the above lines, the author is telling us that Sushruta was a very bright and intelligent student of medicine, and his teacher's name is Shalihotra, who once decided to test him. Let us read further. He asked Sushruta what all he would need to perform a surgery on a wonderful horse. Sushruta very quickly listed down all the instruments and the medicines that would be needed. "Three things are missing," Shalihotra said. Confused Sushruta looked at him. "I will give you a week to find them," Sushruta consoled. Curious to find out what those three things were, Sushruta observed his teacher carefully for the next 1 week. So now, what did Shalihotra said to Sushruta? He said, or his question was, what all things he would need to perform a surgery. Surgery means to treat an injured animal, what all things he would need. So Sushruta wrote down all the instruments and medicines whichever is needed for the treatment, and he hands over the page to the Shalihotra. So Shalihotra says that three things are missing. So Sushruta gets confused that what are those things. So Shalihotra said that I'll give you 1 week to find out what you have missed in the list. So now let us see what does Sushruta observes from the teacher. Before operating the horse, Shalihotra observed every part of the horse, and then Sushruta found the first missing thing. A good veterinarian should have an eagle's eye. Then Shalihotra treated the animal as if it were his own, balancing science and compassion equally. And lo, Sushruta found his second rule. A good veterinarian should have a lion's heart. Shalihotra helped the horse recover after the surgery. Sushruta came to know that a good veterinarian should have a mother's touch too. Later in his life, Sushruta wrote a book on surgery. Okay, so what did Sushruta observed from Shalihotra? He observed that before operating an horse, Shalihotra always observes each and every part of the horse very carefully. So Sushruta understood that first thing which was missing is a good veterinarian should have an eagle's eye. Eagle's eye means he should watch each and every part carefully which he has to treat. Next missing thing was Shalihotra treated that animal as if it was his own animal. So he has balanced both science and compassion. Compassion means a strong feeling of sympathy. So Sushruta understood the second missing thing was a good veterinarian should have a lion's heart. Lion's heart means someone who is brave enough is said to have lion's heart. And the third thing was Shalihotra helped the horse to recover after the surgery. So Sushruta understood that a good veterinarian should have a mother's touch. Mother's touch means whenever we get ill, how our mothers care for us with her love and with her touch, and she sees to it that we get well soon. Correct? So, the same way, Shalihotra was also treating the horses with the same love and same care. Now, let us begin with our part 2. A tradition of veterinary therapy developed very early in India, and this has survived to the present time. Based on the Ayurveda, Indian veterinary medicine is known for its specialized literature which provides information on ancient methods of preventing and treating diseases of animal. Some of these treatments, little known outside India, are still practiced today. So, in this paragraph, it is said that the veterinary therapy or treating of animals was developed in early age of India, and it was based on Ayurveda. Even there is one specialized literature, means specialized book, in which the book provides us with the information of how the animals were prevented or treated when they were ill, and even outside India this practices has been followed. Let us read further. The oldest existing veterinary text from India is a treatise entitled Ashva Ayurveda Siddhanta, Complete Ayurvedic System for Horses, attributed to Shalihotra around 2350 BCE, the founder of veterinary medicine. So here the oldest veterinary text or book is Asva Ayurveda Siddhanta, in which complete Ayurvedic system of horses is given, which is dedicated to Shalihotra, who is the founder of veterinary medicine in 2350 BCE. Here BCE stands for before Common Era. Subsequently, various treatises on horses and diseases of horses were composed. Nakula, one of the 5 Pandavas, was a horse specialist himself. Among the best known works of animal literature is Asva Chikitsa, Therapeutics of Horses, written by Nakula. Now here it is said that various information about the treatment of horses and treatment and medicine of horses is written in one book, and Nakula, who is one of the 5 Pandavas, was himself a horse specialist, so he wrote down all the information and the treatments and all the medicine into one book named Ashwa Chikitsa. Let us read further. Sushruta, a disciple of Shalihotra, wrote on animal surgery. This made people aware of surgical methods, dressing of wounds, bandaging of fractures, etc. So here Sushruta, who was a disciple of Shalihotra, disciple means follower. So he wrote a book on animal surgery which made people aware or know about uh, how to treat animals, or which are the surgical methods like dressing of wounds and bandaging of fractures, etc. Let us read further. Later, during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya around 300 BC, veterinarians started accompanying armies to treat horses, elephants as well as cattle. The great Emperor Ashoka erected the first known veterinary hospitals of the world. He arranged cultivation of herbal medicines for men and animals in his empire and adjoining kingdoms. Giving the animals general tonics and stimulants was practiced in order to ensure good mental health and physical health. Prevention of the occurrence of diseases was also given importance. Cleanliness of animals, maintenance of stalls and stables, quality of food, disadvantages of overfeeding were looked after. Utilization of animal byproducts was also done wisely by our ancestors. Conversion of milk into butter, ghee, curd, khoya, etc. was a common practice and still is. Chicken was utilized for its meat, while sheep was utilized for its wool. Although India has always had immense knowledge in the field of veterinary sciences, it is not chosen as a career by many due to a lack of awareness. Being an agricultural based country, today India needs more veterinarians who emphasize with animals and give their cent percent to the profession. So now in the above paragraphs it is said that even during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, he included veterinarians in his army for the treatment of animals, horses, elephants and also cattle. And even during the time of Emperor Ashoka, he built a first veterinarian hospital of the world, and he also cultivated all the Ayurvedic plants which are essential for the treatment of animals. And then they started giving animals the tonics, medicines and stimulants which keep their body healthy physically and mentally, and which also avoids the occurrence of diseases. They also started taking proper care of cleanliness and maintenance of their stalls and stables, and they also looked after it that the animal should not eat too much or too less. And even our ancestors used to practice, and the same routine has been followed till now, of conversion of milk into ghee, butter, khoya, curd, etc. And chicken is used for meat, and sheeps are been useful to generate or to obtain wool. Veterinary science includes all of this, from treatment of animals to getting byproducts from them or utilizing them in another way. But many people don't choose this field only because lack of awareness. As our India is an agriculture based country, we need to emphasize or we need to understand or share the information of veterinary science with every other individual so that he can pursue that profession in his life and helps our country to progress more and more in agricultural field. So students, I hope you all have understood this lesson. So read this lesson once by yourself, and thank you for watching.